to kind of sit in that loss for a couple of days and go through practice, just how have you reflected on that performance as a group, or then tried to maybe put that in the rear view with the work these last 2 days?
A lot of us have been in this league, and it's been the first time really that, you get 10 days with only 2 games. So, usually you're fortunate enough to have a game right after, a type of performance like that. But like you said, we had to sit on this one for a couple of days. And honestly, I think the result of that was, being able to focus and really, pinpoint what's been, going on and what we want to work on. And I think today and last practice was like one of our best practices, kind of before the Boston game. So we're very high spirited and we're ready to play tomorrow for sure.
How were these practices beneficial? How do you think they got better?
Just time, I always say, having time together, getting reps together will always solve a lot of things, especially just experience, experience in sets, schemes, bumping, playing fives. All those things is the opportunity we have with these days, and we took full advantage of it. And I think we're just more confident going into next game with these days.
You kind of said, hey, I got to get this team to realize, you're not good enough to have trap games. If you're 11-16, you got to find that level. I'm curious, how do you guys feel like maybe you can capture that desperation, urgency, whatever you want to call it, a little bit more for you?
Doc said it right. I think if you put us against the best teams, we probably going to win majority of those games. And, most of our losses came from, games we were supposed to win. And I'm saying we're supposed to because, that's what we've been the last couple of years. When I came over here, it's always been about winning. And we wanted to, be about winning still. Yeah, he said it. He said it, right on the nail. We got to go out desperate, just like we came out against Boston. We got to come out the same way against a team like Brooklyn, give them that respect of being an NBA team and handle business.
You guys, and to your point, there's wins over the Knicks, the healthy Warriors, with or without Giannis, Detroit, Boston. What can you pull? Is there enough to pull from those games, or are the lows I don't want to say too low, but losing to Washington and Charlotte and Brooklyn?
Yeah.
What can you take from those wins that maybe supersede what happened in those losses?
I think when you line it up like that, it's just an old rule. You can't play to the level of the competition. I've been in high school where we were supposed to blow a team out by 40, and we ended up losing by 40 because we came in sleepwalking. And it happens at every level. Obviously, the last game it happened to us. We came in sleepwalking, and we got our butts handed to us. And I think that's what it is. Just like I said, just preparing to really handle business, no matter who we facing out there, no matter what challenges or motivation we give individually or as a group. As a group, every night we got to be who we were, against all the top teams versus when we play guys that are teams that we feel like we should blow out or win.
How do you improve that focus and make sure you're at your best?
I don't think there's many losses in NBA history like the one that we just had last game. So I think a loss like that wakes you up, and you don't never want to be on the end of that stick. And having those days and really having to sit on that loss definitely makes it worse. So I think we all had an eye opener, and we're ready to make sure that don't happen again.
One of the things Doc's talking about is you guys maybe not executing as well as you're that's again the play, turnovers, whatever it might be. How do you feel like you guys have gotten better at that and gotten maybe more used to it without Giannis out there?
I think when you just trying things. Giannis go down, I come back, I'm out. There's a lot of things where we had to kind of try things at the start, and I think Doc and the guys are agreeing to kind of settle it down and simplify things for us, and it's been good. Just having a scheme and identity, no matter what five is on the court, has helped a lot. So, just simplifying, the offense and, trusting our defense still and, putting effort with everything is, what we need to do every day. So.
From your vantage point, is there like a pregame ritual or something that you guys do, whether it's communication or a hype, that you feel has worked for you in those games that you did find success? Because you talked about just you guys coming together and having these days together. I'm just curious if there's something pregame that also helps you get into the same mindset.
Yeah, the guys, at least me being in the league for a little bit, everyone has their own kind of regimen, rituals. But, when it's time, we come in, we huddle up and we feed off of our energy. So really it's just individually everyone has their regimen, making sure spiritually we're right to come together. And then when we come together, we feed off of, everyone. And you can just see the difference when we're home and we really want to win or we really want to prove something versus when, we feel like we should win. And it's just a total different, energy. And our energy, everyone's contagious in here. Like, we feed off of each other, like I said. So we just got to make sure, we come with the right spirit every night out.
And Doc, he's said a lot of times you're a natural leader. You've been very communicative with this team even when you weren't playing. From your standpoint, where do you see yourself as a leader? How do you feel like it's helping your team?
I think, I've had experience, playing, to start playing the PG, starting for a season and had some up and downs in my career where, I've came back and I've showed growth. And I think, that gives confidence to my guys to, Scoot, we've been through some things, like let's follow them. And for me, that just gives me, I've always been a natural, kind of leader growing up. So it's no surprise to me, but I'm happy that my guys, as young as I am, as, my story is out there. But I'm just happy that they're able to will me in and be with me for us. It's a dope position to be in.